Hi, everybody. Welcome to my Facebook Live tonight. The date today is, geez, isn't that something? All I know is it's Tuesday in January, the last Tuesday in January, guys. I know that sounds crazy, but for me, time is kind of non-existent. And I don't know where you guys all are in the world today, but it's a crazy weather today in the Blue Mountains. We're experiencing a snowstorm. So everybody can give me a thumbs up and let me know that you are hearing what I have to say. I know I've got a few viewers on there. Can you guys give me a thumbs up or give me a heart or something that you know that you can hear what I'm saying tonight? That'd be awesome. Sometimes my AirPods will pick up. Thank you, Dawn. It's the 28th of January. Isn't it crazy? I appreciate that. And I haven't had to write the date today, so it's not in my human brain today. Let me know where everybody's from today and kind of what the weather's like. I know in Ontario we're really being beaten, and I know there's a lot of other people. Joan Zest is there. I know she's from Ontario. Leslie's from Ontario. Carrie. So I think people are pretty much snowed in today or tonight as well in the area that we live. So I was talking to an American friend down in Louisiana today, and even in Tampa yesterday, and they were complaining about how chilly it was there. So we're not the only one, guys. Okay. I wanted to open it up tonight and just kind of see what's going to go and see what's on people's minds tonight. Before I start, I want to give anybody in the GTA, in the Toronto area, Burlington, Hamilton, Milton, Mississauga area, I'm going to be down next Tuesday, February the 5th, and I have one appointment spot left. If anybody's looking or interested in a reading next Tuesday, it's February the 5th, and I have one spot open at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, if anybody's interested. So you can message me. Even 1:30, I can make it probably as I'll be driving down from Collingwood, and I've got several readings lined up. So that's the only time frame that's not taken. If anybody's interested, do send me a message, and we'll go from there. And God, if anybody knows me, it's always cat hair. Sorry, guys. Some things never change. So yeah, just throwing that out there. If anybody's interested in the Toronto area, I will be doing the reading in North Burlington around Walkers and Dundas Line. I've been offered a spot there. So yes, hi Cindy. And so yeah, the other thing I have coming up too, I just want to let you guys know, I've been asked to speak at an event on February the 10th in Barrie, which is kind of a really cool thing for me because it's something different from what I normally do. I'm going to be doing, it's in Barrie, it's on February the 10th, and I have to read it, it's over my shoulder here. It's called the Women's Body and Soul Wellness Fair, and it's being held from noon till 5 o'clock on the 10th of February, and I'm going to be speaking at 1 o'clock, and I'm going to be talking for half an hour on something that kind of, I think, resonates with all of us, is our intuition versus our ego. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Come on out if you can. I believe the admission is free to this event. I do have a very, very limited number of spots that I'm going to be reading at. I'm not going to be doing a lot of readings at this event, but the people who do want to have a reading, I am asking that they pre-register and pay a deposit to hold that spot as well. All right, guys. So you can PM me if you have any interested in that. So, okay. So I am totally open tonight to see where. Oh my God, Cindy, what do you mean you have no snow in Grimsby? Seriously. I can't believe that. I wish I could turn my camera around and you guys could see outside our window. I think we live in a snow globe. I swear to God, somebody keeps shaking the snow globe outside for the last 36, 48 hours here. So it's all right, right? It could be worse. So I want to open it up tonight. You guys are welcome to ask me pretty much anything if you have questions about your jobs, loved ones in spirit, about connecting, anything at all that you might have out there. I'll do my best to answer any questions tonight, and we'll see where it wants to go. So go ahead, guys, post whatever you want to throw out there at me, and I have to get a little closer so I can read the screen, okay? So if anybody has anything, go ahead and feel free to post it. In the meantime, I'm just going to see where everybody's connecting from here. Brighton, Ontario. Sorry, Donna just said here, I have a family I have a family member that passed. Today's her birthday. Wondering if she could come through. I'm just trying to connect and see if there is anything. Yes, she is. Wow. I'm not. I'm just trying to see if I can get her any closer, Jonna, because it's hard without a name or getting a feeling for a family member. Could be a couple of different. You've got a couple of people around you, and I'm not. That's the problem. I've got a few people that are kind of milling around you, and I'm not too sure who it is. Oh, so if you want to, if you want to give me, can you give me an actual relationship that might help if that helps? Okay, man, I can narrow it down. Um, can you do that for me, Donna? That'd be awesome. Because if it's a lady I have, Donna, I feel like it's a female that would have been a little bit older when she passed. And she's just showing me a lot of flowers around her. Your mom. Okay, got it. Thank you. She's not like elderly when she passed, but she's older when she passed, if that makes sense from the physical world. And I'm having trouble breathing with her at the very end of her life. And I know that's easy to say because we all pass eventually because our heart and our lungs stop, but I'm being very much drawn to my chest with her. And just how the feeling of she's passed. So she wants me to, when spirit gives me or makes me want to give you yellow flowers, it's always in thank you for what you did for them and your family since they've passed. So she wants me to give you a bouquet of yellow flowers just to say thank you for everything that you've done for her and your family since she's passed. And she's referencing always seeing dimes. She's trying to get your attention with dimes. Okay, so just be aware of that. I hope that helps, Donna, because she gave me that once I got into her energy. Brittany's asking, I might have put my glasses on here, guys. I'm having a hard time reading tonight. My cousin passed 3 years ago yesterday. I'm wondering if there's any messages. Brittany, I have a very strong male around you. Was it a gentleman who passed? Can you just clarify that for me if that's who you're looking at connecting with? Because I just feel it's a very strong male presence that you have around you, and I'm not sure if that's who it is that you're looking to connect with. So if you can just clarify that for me, that would be fantastic. Okay. The thing too, guys, is we all have multiple loved ones around us at any given time that want to connect with us. So sometimes it's hard if you're not being precise, because I might pick up somebody different because that other person may need to get something to you. It was okay. Get a message to you. So just be aware of that. So yes, he is around you. He's just making me feel like everybody keeps saying that he left this earth too young. He left this earth too young, and it was too soon. I'm also being made to feel, Brittany, that it was, I just want to say this, was his death not expected? Was, I just, sometimes when people have cancer, there's an expectation that people are going to pass at a certain time. I don't feel like it was his time to go at that time. So Brittany, if you can pop in there and let me know, that'd be really great. This is the hard part of not having people actually being able to give immediate feedback. Sorry, hairballs. So just Brittany, if you can pop in and let me know. If not, I'm going to keep going. Okay, Doug, I'll let you know if Dawn pops in. Okay. Denise, you're having surgery tomorrow? Absolutely. Can you drink lots of water tonight for me? Because I feel like you don't drink enough water and you just want to keep your blood pressure up, okay? I'm not saying it's going to be an issue for you, but just make sure that you drink a lot of water tonight before they cut you off at midnight for your surgery, okay? If you can. I just feel like you're a little dehydrated right now. So it was an accidental overdose. Yeah. Okay. That makes absolute sense. Because I didn't feel like he meant to pass, but yet it wasn't expected either. So it was just one of those things, Brittany. So thank you for clarifying that, honey, okay? I'm so sorry that you guys lost him in your family, because he feels like he was a beautiful soul. And I can see why you guys felt that he had a lot more to do, but truly, I know it's a crappy thing to say, but it is their time. And we all have, are times when we're meant to leave this planet, that our souls fulfilled what we need to do, whether it's our lessons or helping other people learn their lessons. And it sucks, and it's still our loved ones, right? So I'm so sorry, you guys, that you've lost them. um, Pauline, my husband has not been feeling very well lately, and do you see anything that should be worried about? Pauline, I feel like your husband is I feel like his soul's tired. And there's a big difference when your soul's tired versus when you're just mentally and emotionally tired. I just feel like he's been burning the candle at both ends for a very long time, and he needs to give himself permission to back off a little bit, and just take some time, to just kind of recoup and just take a deep breath. A lot of I'm sure you guys have heard me say this, and I'm a really strong advocate of this, but if we if we're not kind to our bodies, if we are not if we keep I'll give you an example. So if we don't deal with our stuff, okay, or if we don't deal with our emotional stuff, and we keep stuffing it down, or we just think we can keep going forward and not worrying about things, um, things come out in physical um, uh, symptoms, right? It's your body's radar of letting you know that you need a break. And if we don't listen to it, we think we can go on for so long, and then eventually our body will slam us into a brick wall at 100 miles an hour, to the point where we can't. Either we end up with a bronchitis or a pneumonia or a flu that lands us on the couch, things like that. So, listen to your body, guys, especially this time of year. We really, really need to be kind to ourselves. I don't know about you, but I know when the weather's turned so cold, I know I'm struggling personally with keeping my energy levels up, and making sure. And I take my vitamins. I eat well. I'm working out. I'm still with this cold weather wanting to cocoon and go. I don't feel like going out. I'll even pop over to my favorite coffee shop across the street, which is like a 10-minute walk away. I don't even feel like doing that when it's minus 23, which really stinks. So, um, we just have to be kind and really do things that feed our soul at this time of the year, because we're tired. Um, Marjorie's asking me, would my seeing repeating numbers from 1 to 6 be my late husband trying to tell me something? I gotta take a drink of water. Sorry. Sorry, if anybody's ever had a reading with me one-on-one, you know how much water I drink when I'm reading. Um, Marjorie, Spirit has a wonderful way actually of getting our attention, and a lot of them times are numbers. A lot of them can be symbols too. So watch for the numbers that you're repeatedly seeing. You'll see consistently probably the same numbers, and watch for those to be repeated. So whether you see 111s all the time or 222s, just watch for those, okay? Those I want you to keep an eye on those numbers, the repeated ones, okay? Because Spirit's always trying to get our attention, and our human brains get in the way, and we tend not to see or hear, or they can be so blatant with there's signs that we kind of go, oh, whatever, right? That can't be. And we all have them, and sorry, it's a pretty cool process if we just actually pay attention to Spirit. I can't imagine living without having this connection to Spirit that I have in my daily life, and I say that because I have such a calmness in my life. I trust Spirit more than I trust the living. You could be sitting in front of me for a reading, going no, 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 and your loved one's going yes, yes, yes. I'm going to believe your loved one, and because I know that. There's nothing preventing them from getting points across. Whereas in our human brains, we may not notice something because we're in our left brain all the time with work and life, and we just forget things. So we're just human. So I hope that answers your question, Marjorie. But watch for the repeated numbers, darling. Okay. Let me see. Well, you guys have been going to town here on me with questions. Let me. Denise, is it Cancer? I don't feel like it's Cancer. I don't, Denise. I'm just saying what I have. I don't feel like it's Cancer for you. me see. Leslie's asking about guardian angels. We all have angels. We all have guides. So let me tell you what I know about guides and angels. Okay, Leslie, is for me personally, I have three guides right now that have physically walked the earth at some point, but have chosen not to reincarnate, that help me out with what I do for a living. So I have my everyday life guide, who helps me get through my everyday life and keeps me on the straight and narrow. I have a communication guide who was a native Indian gentleman. And the ironic part is he doesn't speak a word to me. He just nods his head. And he's here to teach me. He really pushes me, because one word can change the whole meaning of something. And I have to be able to do this, my job, from the heart. So, and he's given me such a trust in spirit. So, and then my other guide, her name is Marta. Now, Marta helps me sort spirit, especially if I get, I'll say an example, I'll have like two grandmothers that come through at the same time, and they're very similar. They tend to overlap. So my job is to recognize that, and Marta helps me pull them apart and do that and recognize them. And then on the other side, I have higher, you can call them angels, you can call them guides, whatever you want to call them, but I work a lot heavily with, say, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, and a couple of the higher religious guides. I'm not religious, so when I connect with them, there is no religion at all. So I just want to point that out, okay? We all have different terms. I mean, I think depending on what your religious background is how you call angels. Mine are my guides, my angels, whatever you want to call them, okay? So I hope that answers your question, Leslie. Marjorie, exactly what I see. They always repeat. I see them from 4 or 5 times to 6 a day everywhere. You know what? In your head, Marjorie, just say, hey, thanks, honey. I know that's you. Okay? They just want you to recognize them. Miss Jenna, what's your question? Why are we trying to say to us, today was 222-333. I see it all the time. I wish I knew what they were trying to say to me. Jenna, that to me is the higher universe telling me that I am on the right path. It's a reassurance. Okay, so just smile at yourself when you see that happen and go, got it. Okay. Kisma, anything about my aunt-in-law that recently passed? How long is she gone? Because she doesn't feel like she's been gone that long. And sometimes when they haven't been gone that long, they've got things to do on the other side. They're in that transition period. So she's not coming in really close to you, Kisma, right now. So let me know, okay? Anything from my dad, Shelley? Let me see. Huh. Shelley, your dad wants to talk about how much you've been going through lately, and he wants to talk about, he's very proud of how you've been making decisions about what you're doing. You've been dealt a lot of crazy stuff recently, and how you've held up as you've been giving, how do I say this? And I feel it's related to your children, okay? I don't know why, but I feel like it's all related around your children. And your dad's just acknowledging that he's very proud of how you've been dealing with everything that you've being dealt with right now. You've got a lot on your plate, and he's very proud of you. Miss Cindy, you have a question about, do I see a relationship coming anytime soon for me? Or not for me, you. Do you, I hear yes. I hear in the next 2 years. I know that's easy to say, Cindy, but it's a matter of not just any relationship, because I feel like you're at a point in your life where you wouldn't want it to settle, and I feel that it's manifesting somebody who truly touches your soul, if that makes sense. And I can see this gentleman, and he's very good looking, and he's very athletic. But he doesn't have an ego about it. And I feel like it's somebody you're either going to be introduced to, or it's like somebody knows him that's going to introduce you to him. I keep saying a gym as well. I don't know if it's an introduction at a gym or somebody related to a gym that's going to introduce you, Cindy, but I keep seeing that, okay? Kisma, you have a question about anything to do with your business. You need to be very specific if you can ask me a question about that, and if you can, okay? Because I could just say, yeah, you're going to get more clients, and that's too. I don't like to be that general. I'd rather be very specific. Carrie, you asked if your grandma Frances is around you. What happens is there's a period of time if you're not feeling them, and it's okay if you don't feel your loved ones around you, and there's a transition for them because they've got stuff to do on the other side. And what I can say to you is if you want to connect with her, in your head, just start talking to her and say, hey, I'm looking for a sign. I'm just looking to know that you're around me. Can you give me a sign? Okay. But they do have jobs. They do have stuff to do on the other side. Okay. But it's as easy as just talking in your head to them and connecting. Now they're not going to rent the Goodyear blimp and let you know that they're around. So just try that and then let me know how that happens, how that works for you. Patty, we all have around us to guide people around us to guide us. That's we almost have this posse of people around us, and it's about not only our loved ones in spirit, but there's also people that we didn't even know in spirit, like our great grandparents, our aunts and our uncles. There's so many people around us to help us, and then not only that, but our guides that you don't even know about. So yes, we always have people around us. It's just sometimes we just don't know who they are. Cassandra, you have a question about hoping for a certain relationship, wondering if it will happen soon. But I feel that the reason it's not happening is that there's, I feel like he hasn't let go, or the other person hasn't let go of, they're still emotionally connected somehow at a heart level to somebody else. And there's a reason why it hasn't happened yet. Okay, so it might be just timing for this relationship, but just be patient. This is going to teach you patience, my dear. Okay. I don't think I'm scrolling fast enough for you guys here. Douglas, when you asked that question, my dad passed 2 years ago. My mom misses him so much. I need to know if he's by her side. Absolutely. And the minute I know that your parents had a really good relationship in the physical world is just the emotion that your dad gives me about standing beside your mom. And your mom still has a lot of time left yet on this planet, okay? And just know that your dad's with her, and he's hearing her. And especially in the evening, your mom's having a hard time with missing your dad in the evening, and just the conversation she's having in her head about him. Just know that he's aware of what your mom's talking about, okay? I hope that helps, honey. I know, Douglas, we've met before. Jenna, my best friend and my brother started dating. Do you see this working out? I do feel it could work out. I'm always careful because there's free will in every relationship. And I feel that there will be a bit of a break in the relationship and then they'll get back together, Jenna. So just be patient with that, okay? So Leanne, again, haven't heard from my husband in a while and wondering about him. I feel that he's up, that he's crossed over. And again, I said that earlier, that there's a transition period for them in spirit where they actually they've got stuff to do on the other side. So they are, dealing with their own crossing on the other side and doing a life review and looking at lessons that they need to learn in their next reincarnation. And also, do they want to reincarnate, right? And they've got to decide on the other side, who their family is going to be, the lessons that they want to learn, who's going to provide them for them. The list goes on and on. So sometimes there's a bit of a break where we don't feel their energy as much. So just talk to them in your head and just ask them to come by, and just to give you a little bit of a sign, just to know that, just to give you the comfort that they're around. Okay, honey. Hey, Carrie. Hi, Bev. Can you give me some insight into an area or a field that you would better fit for your husband? I keep seeing him in management, Carrie. And I keep seeing him managing him at a corporate level, if that makes sense. And it's in something in Mississauga. I'm just trying to. And the corporation's large enough that it would have a sign out in the front lawn, if that makes sense. Hmm. I wish it's as easy as that, but that's what I'm being shown right now, Carrie, for him. So hopefully that makes sense in time. If I should be working on my business, is it worth it? Kismet, can you let me know what kind of business you're in, honey? And that will give me some more guidance, okay? Because I could be seeing something that maybe you're meant to be doing versus what you're doing now, okay? So just let me know. You guys notice I talk a lot with my hands sometimes. When we were talking about our guides, I have my communication guide who doesn't speak any English. I sometimes will talk a lot with my hands and do sign language, and it's just something that he gets me to do. I don't know sign language, to be honest with you, but it's my guide. So sometimes I have to sit on my hands. It gets that bad. Janine, I'm really feeling like I need a change in my career. Is it a smart thing to do right now or at all? Janine, here's how I would tell you to make a decision, because you should never make a decision from your left brain. And the reason I say that is because that's your ego brain. That's your what if, could if, fear brain. And 98% of the time it's wrong. Okay. That left brain will get you into trouble every stinking time. Okay. So my suggestion to you is, when you're sitting, I'll give you an example. Find a quiet time in the morning where you can sit down quietly. There's no interruptions, whether you're having a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, whatever works for you. And just say, hey, if I do this, how do I feel? But I don't want you to think it. I want you to feel it with your chest and your heart space. And because that is your intuition, it never lies. Okay. That's how I make decisions. Okay. So try that, because that never lies. I was supposed to do 2 different shows last year, and I signed up for them. I said, oh yeah, I'm free. I can do them. And after signing up for them, my intuition went, this just feels so wrong and I can't explain it. And I ended up walking away from the shows and losing the money. But I trusted my intuition. And, later found out why I felt that way, and it made sense later. So it doesn't lie. You can force yourself through something and think, oh, this is perfect. This fits what I want. And we think that's what we want. But is it truly going to make us happy? Use that gut intuition feeling to make your decision, Janine, okay? Let's see, guys. Hi, Pauline. You asked about your mom passing 10 years ago, honey, if she's still around you. Absolutely. Your mom's in that really big transition period of, she's gone through her life review. Now she's on the other side deciding what she needs to do, and watching and helping. They actually help from the other side. So, don't be afraid to ask your mom if you're having trouble making a decision on something, or if you're frustrated with something. Just say, Mom, in your head, hey, can you help me out? I'm looking for some guidance on this. Okay. Beth, thank you. When I met you last week and you said you were going to give me a spiritual kick in the ass, I met Beth last weekend at the London Psychic Expo. What I got from you really strongly were 2 things. Firstly, that it's okay to be me, and when that makes me different. And secondly, that I need to do a better job at owning who I am and using my gifts. I do remember saying that to you. Beth, let me can you private message me on that one? Do you mind? On my Facebook page, and I'll answer that for you. Okay, fair enough. How's that? And I just Nikita has a beautiful question here. It says, I've been really struggling mentally and emotionally right now. Really having a hard time seeing hard time and staying positive. I feel like my life is repeating. I'm wondering if you will ever see happiness and live comfortably. I'm so lost in my purpose. You're not alone. There's a lot of people like that right now. And a lot of people are struggling. Nikita, here's what I'm going to say to you is, wow, I'm going to ask you this question, okay, honey? And I want you to think about this, and anybody other viewers can think about this too. If you could wake up tomorrow morning, and here's why you can't answer your question and figure out what makes you happy. You really don't know what you want out of life and what makes you truly happy. So I'm going to ask you this question. If you could wake up tomorrow morning and you could do anything you want, and here's the but, it can't involve money, and it can't involve another person, And it has to truly make you happy from a soul level that you wouldn't be doing anything else at that moment in time. Okay, Nikita? Honestly answer that question. It took me a year to answer that question, and it's a journey that I went on, and it totally, I haven't gone backwards, and I gave myself permission to do things that made myself happy. Because if we're not happy, our children aren't happy, or our spouses aren't happy. You know, we need to fulfill our own souls, and we have to give ourselves permission to do that. So give yourself permission, Nikita. Okay. You're welcome, Leanne. You're welcome, Carrie. Stephanie, when you talked about your husband, I got really drawn into my stomach area, my intestinal area. He's just making me feel that there were some issues in that way before he passed. You need to know he's very much at peace. I'm just feeling his energy. Okay, guys, just you see me close my eyes for a second, and just so I can get him closer. You need to know he's at peace and he's not suffering anymore. He's such a beautiful soul. Just know he's showing me an image of him standing and watching you in the kitchen. Okay. And it's like I'm watching you do the dishes through his eyes, and then he's just standing here watching you. Every time, Spirit will come through differently, Stephanie, but that's just what he's giving me right now, okay? Hi, Haven. Stay. Hello, Lynn and Hill. There's some beautiful souls on here tonight, guys. I'm so grateful that everybody tuned in. What time are we? June, you just asked me a question, or you popped up when I'm in Milton next. You logged on. Sorry, I had to lose these glasses. Sorry, guys. I'm going to be doing. I have space on February the 5th at 1:30, 2 o'clock on that Tuesday afternoon. I've got a space in North Burlington at Walkers and Dundas that I'm going to be doing readings. It's the only time I have available if anybody's looking for a reading in the Milton area, so GTA, Hamilton, Mississauga. I will be in North Burlington. So just private message me, okay, guys? I'll take one more question in just a moment, and then I'll tie it up. I wanted to let you guys know this Thursday night, if you don't follow these ladies on Facebook Live, please do. They're an absolute riot. They're called This Kind of Life, and they have a Facebook page, and they talk everything about women, the craziness of being a woman, children, etc. And they're always so kind to have me on their show, and it's always a lot of fun. I am going to be doing some readings and some predictions. It's this Thursday night, and it's going to be at 8:30. We're only supposed to be on a half an hour, but I know it'll probably go a lot longer. We always have fun doing it. So This Kinda Life. So Kinda is Kinda. And please join us if you can. I'm having a really cool workshop, guys, on February the 24th here in Collingwood. It's a one-day workshop from 10 to 4 p.m. here in Collingwood. The cost is $125. So if you have any questions, or you're looking at learning to connect with spirit, get out of your left brain into your right brain to learn how to turn that volume down on your fear brain, that's an absolute must in order to connect psychically and mediumistically. What we're going to do as well is we're going to do a lot of really fun hands-on activities to get people where you're going to be actually doing some getting out of that left brain and trusting your intuition and building on it through the day. And I'm only taking a handful of people to do this workshop, because that way people can get the most out of it and learn to trust their own intuition and their own. That's just the basis of learning your own energy and getting your stuff out of the way, so that you can understand the energy of other people and of spirit as well. Okay, if that makes sense. So if anybody's interested in that, that's February the 24th. There's a limited number of seats still available. And you can private message me or email me at bluemountainmedium@gmail.com. So one more question, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see who's got, I put my glasses back on. Sorry, guys. I'm challenged tonight. Will my upcoming stem cell transplant be successful? The first thing I heard in my brain was, in my head was yes, absolute resonating yes, Jean. And that's, I heard it so clearly, okay? That doesn't mean there's a lot of huge uphill battle for you, but yes, okay? So this is gonna teach you a huge lesson in patience, okay? Thank you, Doug. You're such a kind soul. Thank you. Guys, I really truly enjoy what I do for a living. I take it very seriously. I'm always trying to improve what I do. And I don't know, like I said, I trust them more than I trust the living. And I still shake my head some days because I'm truly one of the biggest skeptics out there. And I'm amazed what spirit can tell us. And I don't know, I'm just so grateful to them and to be a voice for for the spirit on the other side. I would love it if people, society didn't need mediums anymore and everybody could connect with their own loved ones. I think that would be brilliant. If I can open more people up that way to connect with their own loved ones, perfect. It's not hard to do. It's just getting your own stuff out of the way, guys. Okay, it's that simple. But our human brain every day gets in the way. Okay. The biggest thing I could say to anybody that wants to learn this is learn to meditate for 5 minutes a day. Start 5 minutes a day and just build on the meditation. Learn to silence your mind. Let things flow in and out. If they do, so what? Let them go. But that's a big game changer, is just learning to be, quiet in your own headspace and learning to pick up just what's your own energy. Because we all have stuff where we have situations where we pick up other people's energy, and especially being a medium, I really realized early that, and thank God, I really started to open up when I was coming out of being an emergency room nurse. I know there's a lot of times I should have ended up in there as a patient because I felt like I had chest pain. I felt like I was having an incredible headache or brain aneurysm, and yet I knew it wasn't my energy, because spirit will give me that and then they'll let it go. And when you first are opening up, or even anybody who's highly empathic is going to be open and sensitive to other people's energies. We all have it. It's just, we have to recognize it. Okay. I'm gonna sign off tonight. I will try to go back tonight and look at any other questions that our people have posted and try to answer them. Okay. And Beth, just message me PM me on Facebook and I'll answer your question. So yes, I want to say good night, everybody. I want to thank you very much. I am going to be trying to do Facebook lives. My goal eventually is going to be once a week. Right now, I know for sure it's going to be in 2 weeks. And I will post it on my Facebook so you can watch for more, okay? I'm always open to any suggestions you guys have for Facebook Lives. I love anything that I can help teach, open people up, whatever you want to do, I'm always game for it, okay? So I want to say good night, and I want to thank all your loved ones and everybody for joining in, okay? Good night, everybody. Take care.